Wrestling fans, I'm Jeremy York from Impact Media. He's Daniel Snyder from one of the best streaming uh, Instagram and Twitches there
I
is.
appreciate it. And you too. Yeah.
I think I
And
threw it
you
in
too.
last week. It took me forever to
Yeah, you
find it,
did.
but
You did.
I should have it written down. But either way, we are the host here of Fabulous Wrestling Talk WWE. We are going to talk about Clash at the Castle, and of course, as always, we are the reigning, defending, undisputed tag team champions of WWE Media. Probably because nobody else calls himself that, so we don't have any challengers.
Right? And let's not go to Scotland in case some random people take that title from us there.
Hey, once again, I'm going to repeat. I mean, I don't just put this for the sake of the show. I mean, that York line, my most dominant line, goes back all the way to Scotland's where it started. So, that's my people. Scotland, you're my people.
Understandable. It was an interesting pay-per-view though.
It definitely was, and I told you I was following along with it as I didn't get to see it live. Went back and caught some highlights and some other stuff later. But I was at a local wrestling show while this is going on, and when we get to that bigger surprise that I didn't see coming and you didn't see coming, it was the most wrong we were with our picks. Um,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
actually popped in the middle of a match that was not the world's best time to pop. I almost jumped out of the chair, and my buddy looked at me, and I just did this, and he goes. Well, he thinks it's something groundbreaking. He thinks like the Falcons are moving to Toronto or something like that. And I was like, no, 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 no. I was like, no, no. This. I just showed him a picture, and he's, oh wow. But I was like, all right, just know that was big, and everybody's looking at me, and I was like, you're doing good. You're doing good. Yep. Weird
I'm
thing to
about
do
to
at a
catch
wrestling
one of
show.
those.
Yeah, I'm that guy at the wrestling show. But either way, we're going to talk about Clash at the Castle. WWE continues. I know you don't watch AEW, and that's fine. Uh, but I could argue that WWE's premium live events have really topped AEW's this year. AEW has some good stuff, but as far as solid all the way through, great matchups, surprises that I didn't think could happen or that would happen. Overall takeaway of Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, I thought it was actually I thought it was pretty good. Couple things happened that I seen coming as I watched the show. Couple of them didn't. We will talk about a match later on where the camera work was spectacular, spectacular.
Yeah.
Um, at the same time, we'll talk about when we get onto it. I'll talk about how someone's rookie level was shown. Unfortunately, and they're not a rookie, but they are, and it was shown unfortunately, and we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, I think it was a great show. I don't watch, like as I told you, I don't watch the week to week because I'm currently in the process of rewatching every Raw, every SmackDown, and every pay-per-view in order. I started from the very beginning. I'm in 2014.
Wow.
Just seeing the formation of New Day, which is I didn't get to see it when it really happened, so that was very interesting to me. New Day rocks, yeah. And seeing the not yet. You have to wait till about 3 or 4
Oh
years
yeah,
in.
it's not there yet. Yeah.
But yeah. That's where I'm at. So I'm missing, but I'm watching all the pay-per-views or the premium live events. Um,
They were pay-per-views
because
back then.
no, I'm talking about for now. Now
Yeah.
I'm watching the
Oh
pay-per-views
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. To have so I could kind of so for me it's very interesting to see how the last premium live event and this one and I'm like, wow, I wonder what happened in between to get to where we are. So yeah, very I
Well,
liked it. I liked it.
at the pace you're going, this upcoming February, you should find out.
Oh no, dude, no, dude. I won't be in 2024 until I say maybe 2027 if I'm
Still,
lucky.
you're rushing through pretty quick because you were
Yeah,
you were pretty far back last time you told me so.
yeah. Okay, I hope to
But
be.
all right, we're gonna go through these matches and we're gonna address the three X factors you mentioned that I talked about as well. I agreed that these are the X factors, and only one of them kicked in. The other one we didn't get to see till the end of this week's Raw, which you said you did see actually. So, but we'll get into that in a minute. We got to start off. Still one of my favorites. Bailey defending her title against Piper Niven. Of course, Chelsea was out there. Chelsea with her shenanigans, which was kind of interesting. It actually kind of added this match. It didn't need it, but it actually added more to it, like extra icing on a cake, maybe. But Bailey ends up with the win. But I thought, even though it had a lot more to do with that Piper Niven is from Scotland, that she was in this situation. She has more than earned it. I promise you that she is that good, and she took it to Bailey.
I feel like there's like, yeah, we can use her because she is from Scotland, but I feel like she took this opportunity and showed I can carry a show. I can carry a
Oh yeah,
match with a lot with one of your lot your big one of the big ones. Bailey is now the female that runs the women's division. Now that what's her name has stepped away, Becky stepped away. It's now Bailey.
yep,
Charlotte's hurt. It's Bailey. Bailey. It is her. Um, so I think she might have put herself in position to have a title run as a heel down the road. I could see her possibly winning the women's Royal Rumble. Won't be
hmm
this year because I think it's going to be about somebody else. As of right now, I still think it's going to be somebody else that we will mention, we'll talk about later.
yep,
But I see her being a star. I thought she was going to win this. I thought once again I'm sticking to my guns that Bailey
yeah.
is the middle person. Maybe they just don't know who to put it on. They don't know who else to put it on, and right now they're going to let Bailey just carry the load.
That's and it's a good person. You have a solid person in doing that, and all the transitional champions you said are kind of predicted.
Transition.
I agree with you. I agreed with you that they could be the bridge to the next big person, but they're also in case. I think they just can't decide, like you said. They're not sure what direction to go, so they're like, let's put it on somebody really stable that can really anchor this thing, really represent this company. And if we change our mind tomorrow, then we'll change it then. But if we don't, then we'll let this thing ride. And I think almost all of their champions are that's pretty much what they're thinking.
Now, I'll talk on one of those. I kind of disagree on one, but we'll talk about that when we get to that as well. But
But
yeah,
overall,
it was a good one. It was a good match.
yeah,
I didn't like the ending. Did not like the ending. It kind of looked like it was kind of rushed. Like it was almost like a fluke
possible.
ending. It was almost like a
Yeah.
fluke ending. But I mean, but it is what it is. Bailey won, still champion.
And it could have been. They could have been running close on time. There could have been a minor injury. There might have been anything that could have happened that they said, "Oh crap, we got to get out of this now."
We'll never know. We don't work there.
No, they only eavesdrop on our conversations. We don't hear theirs.
Yeah, we try though. We try.
We do. But yeah, overall solid match. I really like that. Yeah, I agree that the ending was the best ever. But like I said, it all seemed to work, and that's good enough for me. Because you were a little right on our next match as far as Sami Zayn defending his title against Chad Gable. Chad Gable, who I believe just signed a 2-year extension, so he's still going to be around for a while.
And see, I
And
had he had signed it before the match, correct?
yeah, he signed it like the
A
Thursday
month.
before the event, something like
That's
that.
that's why I was like, that's one of the reasons why I kind of figured they'd put the title on him. Is like, he's going to be here, and that's once again Sammy. It's for Sammy being the champion. Oh, go ahead. You can go ahead and say who won. My bad. I think you didn't get
No,
to it.
yeah. Sammy retained. Like you said, Gable's crew there, the Alpha Academy did play some parts in it. I mean, there's still so much story to tell between that whole group, but
It's not his.
I gotta
Did you
agree. I
watch Raw?
like Sami Zayn. I love the run he's on, but at the same time, Sami Zayn is just holding that until Braun Breaker or somebody else takes it from him.
There you go. But did you watch Raw at
No,
all?
well, I saw the end.
You
I
saw
saw the clip
what?
from the end.
Oh, clips of the end. So you didn't see the end.
No. I saw the group. We'll put it that way. I saw the
Okay,
clips of
okay,
the
okay,
group.
okay, okay. So on Raw, Chad Gable had a situation with this group again, and pretty much, I believe Otis beat his ass. Excuse my French.
Good.
Um, I think that's what happened. This they're not going to be together much longer. Um,
The problem
and
is of the three of them, there's only one that stands a chance to do much at all after this is over, and that's Maxine.
Otis.
The
Oh,
other
you don't
two
think
are
Otis?
gonna dissolve. No, I really don't.
What was the thing a couple years ago? I don't know what happened. I don't want to know what happened. Why did they put the Money in the Bank on Otis?
I don't know. It was weird. It was like he was supposed to be the next guy up, or the only thing I can figure is something happened during the match where the winner got hurt. The guy who was supposed to win got hurt, and they just kind of just
Called it
randomly
on
just
the
kind of like, Otis, just go
okay,
grab the case. We got to end this now, and we'll do something with it next week.
because that was the craziest. Once again, Money in the Bank is one of my four favorite, and I believe that's the next premium live event, correct?
I believe it is. Yeah,
And
yeah. They're
it's one
doing
of my
qualifying for it now.
yeah, it's one of my four favorite pay-per-views. I'm gonna call them pay-per-views. I don't care about premium live events. It's always
Yeah.
been one of my four favorites, and I watch it. That is Royal Rumble every year, WrestleMania
Yep.
every year, Survivor Series, but Money in the Bank is every year for me. Um, and I watched it that year, and I'm like, what in the world are we doing here? But that's neither here or there. Back
Yeah.
to this. Um, um, it, I'm done with this Sammy and Chad thing. I feel like it's almost went too long. If they didn't put the belt on Chad, if you're not going to put the belt on Chad, it needs to end. Like this has ran too long with the belt not changing hands. That's how I feel. There's other ways to show the breaking up of that group
Yeah.
without having Sami Zayn included.
Yeah. And I'm going to say something similar to what you just said at the next match. So
Okay.
by far, but yeah, it's went way too long. It should already this group should have dissolved because they're not going to be together much longer going forward. There's just nowhere to go with it positive. And like I said, you're going to see Otis eventually get the best of Gable. You're going to see Tozawa probably go back to whatever the internet Wednesday show is they do. I
He
don't know what
he
it's
reminds
called,
me of Fu and
205
Kai.
Live or whatever. He'll go
Well,
back to doing that stuff.
they got a new 5 minute rush match on Instagram
Yeah,
that he might probably go to, which I think is
yeah,
stupid too. But once again, that's neither here or there.
right. And that's why I said Maxine's the only one because a lot of people in the company really like her, and not just like management, a lot of other wrestlers, and they noticed that there's some things that she could get better at, and they tried to make a story out of that about her being not good, but the locker room loves her, so there's no issues there, and she actually the people she works with, she's been getting so much better that I feel like she could do something fun down the road, but I just don't see the other two doing anything.
Yeah, we already got Bronson Reed that can be an Otis. I mean, if anything, there'll be enhancement talent.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Understandable.
Uh,
Yeah, the match was decent, and it was just
yeah,
a decent match. Sami
yeah,
Zayn puts
because
on good shows.
we've seen it 15 times now.
That's my issue. That's it. I'm done with it.
We've seen it as a triple threat. We've seen it as these two. We've seen stipulations back and forth. It's been so long, and it should have been half this time.
I agree.
All right, next match. Cody defended his title against AJ. I thought this would be the title change of the entire card, because why do
What
you
was the
have
point? Yeah.
AJ do that retirement angle and then the attack? Why do you have him suddenly just go, all the chips in the middle of the table, could have the OG involved, could get all that stuff going, only to lose? That means it was for absolutely nothing. WWE just wasted about 3 weeks worth of our time, and there's no way to get that back.
The only thing that I could think of is they had nobody else ready to face Cody. They had no idea who to put in this line, and they said, "We haven't seen a Cody versus AJ. We haven't really seen this.
Well, we did it, what,
Not
WrestleMania or two
not with
two events
Cody,
ago?
but
Royal Rumble, one of those. They faced earlier this year.
not with Cody as the champion.
Thought he was.
I didn't think it was. I thought he came out of the WrestleMania against Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I
That's where
thought
he
it was
won
right
it.
after that, maybe.
Did he? I don't
Or
know. I
maybe
mean,
it was it might have been on
I'm
it
off
might have
and
been
on.
on SmackDown. It might have been a SmackDown match.
But I mean, who else? Who else are we putting it up against Cody right now?
I agree because I think they thought Punk would be ready to go, and apparently he wasn't. So they had to put Drew versus Priest because you could have put one or the other and shook that up and put AJ versus somebody, but you
I'm
just ran out of people. So
I'm confused on why Gunther wasn't at this premium live event. Is he not allowed to go to?
but I say once again, anytime they go overseas, there's always that possibility of travel restrictions, and there's also that possibility of passports, certain
That's
restrictions,
and
and
see once again that could be the cause of they knew only certain people can make it, and it's like let's go ahead and start this 3 week angle with AJ
yep.
and maybe that's what happened. It was a good match. Yeah,
Because there
they
was no bloodline. There was a lot of key figures that were nowhere to be found on this, and it's
yes,
it's almost
yes,
the same crew that went to Saudi Arabia, what, a month ago or
yes.
something like that. So to me, it looks like the ones that are cleared for travel and the ones that maybe had restrictions, or they just said, you know what, we'll just go skeleton crew on this. You guys take a week off.
Yeah, and that's like I said, it was a good match. I knew AJ wasn't going to get the title. It's um I I had a small thing in the back of my head that Mick Foley's "I quit" being played over the intercom, like when Cody said,
Yeah,
"I'll make you say I quit," and I was like, "Ah,
yeah,
he just fucking recorded that for them." But they
that
didn't
would have
play
been
that
genius.
role. Uh, they didn't. I mean, they could have played it, but they didn't play that role. Which, if they
But see,
would have,
that's
that would have
not
been very interesting.
that as underhanded as AJ can be as the heel. That's not really his mo. If CM Punk did that, that's 100% what I would feel like he would do that to Drew McIntyre or something like that.
Yes,
But AJ,
that's
that's one type of heel that he's not quite the tech guy.
well, see, that's well, remember he has the OC though. They one of them could have played
Oh
it
yeah,
back
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, that was the only way I could see AJ winning, and I didn't think it was gonna go down like that. But as we know, Cody kept the title.
And maybe it leads to a third match between them, even though Cody's 2-0 against him in these matches.
Well, once again, I'm done with that. I'm done with that,
Yeah.
man. I don't. I mean, it'd be good to watch, but what is where do you go with that story? That's what we've got to be smart with the stories.
Well, but then
Where do
once
we go?
again, if not AJ, who on SmackDown
It's
is
time for Gunther. Is he not the guy over
he's
there, or is he
Raw,
on
is he
Raw?
not? Isn't it going to be Gunther Priest?
I
Aren't they on the same? I think they're both Raw.
oh
Think. I don't
maybe
know. I get confused by it, but
maybe it's time for L.A. Knight. Yeah, yeah.
no. I don't know.
I'm
He's
I'm
like
I'm
all
ready
of a
to see
sudden
a.
out of nowhere,
But I
they
thought,
haven't involved him in a lot either.
oh yeah, they haven't. Which I said maybe it just Cody will just keep the title until Roman comes back.
Because
Maybe so. Maybe Solo.
I mean, we're not gonna go too far into it, but speaking of the bloodline, they do have another member coming soon.
Yeah. Who
And
knows?
and I'm not even talking about Jacob Fatu, who has apparently been signed for over a month and haven't seen him show up once. But the third brother of the Haku crew, Hikuleo, finished up with New Japan about 2 weeks ago, and apparently he signed with WWE. So you're going to see all three of Haku's kids probably in the bloodline. Maybe Jacob Fatu is going to join up with Roman Reigns, and we're going to have like feuding Samoan families or something.
It's going to be an interesting.
Add them, have Solo and all three of the Haku kids against Roman, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu. I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah. And then have Rikishi on one side and Rock on the other, maybe as the
Pretty
managers.
much. That's kind of sort of, yeah, that's kind of the way that family would play out.
And the winner gets Paul Heyman, the wise man.
They'll probably botch it and make something stupid out of it. Pujambi jungle match or something.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I agree. Cody AJ was going to be good. It was going to be classic. It was very much that. Um, and I want to know where they go from here. I guess we'll have to watch SmackDown, or I'll watch SmackDown this week, and I'll tell you where I think they might go with it. With Money in the Bank coming up, I think that is where if a Bronson Reed or somebody, whoever wins that, is probably going to cash on Cody at some point. I think
What? Why not? Why not? Braun Breaker.
because he's not
Is it
ready.
too early to put the title on him? Okay.
That title, yes. Like I said, I think he's going to take Sammy's title. I think they are
Yes,
just wasting
I
time
agree.
until he gets done destroying Ricochet. Ricochet, who did re-sign, I believe.
Which was very weird because I thought he was leaving.
I thought he was too, but I guess he looked around and realized that he would be taking a demotion to go to other places. So he just like, you know what, my girlfriend's here. I'll just stay here.
As I'll say, plus he probably would have lost his girlfriend.
Nah, I doubt it. She's pretty loyal from what I hear. Like,
Yeah, she's loyal, but when you got that time apart, she's around all these. I see John Cena looking at her, and he's known to take people's women.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. But the next match was the one that had me jumping out of the chair at a local wrestling show. And people always look at me weird at wrestling shows anyway, but this time I was really getting some side eye. Um, Bianca and Jade Cargill defended their belts against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who I said last week I am a big Isla Dawn fan. Just like her work, think she does a fantastic job. They've been keeping them off TV for the longest time. The fact they were in this match was weird to me. And then they threw in Shayna and Zoe, and I was like, well, there's no way that Belair and Cargill are going to lose these belts. And you said similar.
Same thing.
And then my phone goes off and it says new women's tag team champions. I was like, oh, good for Shayna and Zoe. No, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Spoiler alert, because there's going to be one more Scottish person we mentioned. Spoiler alert: these are the only hometown people that won the belts. It was these two.
Yeah. Those of y'all that watch YouTube, hopefully that's where you're watching us right now. You watch this.
If not, Impact underscore media underscore. That's where you find us.
There you go. Um, you probably watch this channel called Botch Mania, and you're probably going to see your girl Jade on that because she had some botches.
Just pot over tea kettle. There she went.
Man, it hurt seeing that happen. My heart hurt for her.
I mean, that one tumble she took. I mean, I would say that the Italian judge gave her a 10 out of 10.
Right. It's as you've seen, they didn't get pinned. The champions did not get pinned to lose the title.
Right. Which gives them a chance to do that, to go back. But
Go
I think
back and possibly get the title. It's
at this
pointless.
point, let the champs go for a minute.
This is because on the way out to when they were walking out, like Jade's head was down. She knew she'd messed up. Bianca came over there. She put her fingers under her chin and lifted her head up, and she told her to keep her head up. It happens,
Yep,
man. It
I've seen
happens.
that clip. Yep.
Yes, and that's where I'm going, and that's what I was talking about earlier. She's new. People fail to realize she's only been wrestling for what 3-4 years.
I think three. It was like
She was in
two in
AEW for
AEW, and
maybe
it was
two.
like a year here. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like she's been doing this thing 5-6. What you're looking at, she's just older. But what you're looking at is Bailey in her early hug days. When I say that is by her performance of in the NXT days, because Bailey wrestled for a little bit before NXT.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, before WWE signed her, Bailey had, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years on the indie scene. But I mean, I've seen John Cena screw up. So I mean, anybody
Yes, yes,
can.
yes, yes.
It's very
Yes.
hard to do what they do.
Yes. So I mean, but I think this is the start of the story where it's eventually going to lead to them two breaking up. They didn't get pinned, so there's no reason to. Yes, and they will face each other. Yes, they didn't get pinned, so they're going to get their rematch. They might get the belts back. It's a possibility they could get the
I
titles
hope
back.
not.
I agree. I like seeing it because they don't need them. They don't.
No, they
And
don't. Neither one
at
of
the
them.
same at the same time, this could lead to one of them getting one of the women's championships. We were talking about who's going to take it off of Bailey. I'd be okay with putting it on Bianca. Are they in the same? Are they both on?
Yeah, I think they're all SmackDown. I think so.
Jade's not going to get it until after she wins the Women's Royal Rumble, and then she's going to win it at WrestleMania. And this is why I'm telling you, the title gets put on Bianca, and they will face each other for the title in WrestleMania. Bianca
And I
and
but say
Jade.
I like your theory about Jade, and it's a really good one. But if I had to pick a women's Royal Rumble winner right now, it's going to be Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, I think she's going to get the title before that. She doesn't get,
Probably
yeah. So I mean, she's going to be the champion at the Royal Rumble, so she won't have to be in it.
could be okay.
Yeah, she's a star. I seen her in the Elimination Chamber last year, and that's what or is this year, and that's what told me. First, I was like, "Who is this?" Because remember, I don't follow, and then I was like,
Right?
"Why is she not champion?" Because she was a superstar in the Elimination Chamber. Man, nobody outdid her. But yeah,
Let's see. Let's see here. Probably not. Probably one of the nicest ones I own. Hey, well, you see what that is? It's always Tiffy time here at Impact Media Studios. It's one of the biggest fans by far because she can go. But we didn't talk enough about Alba Fire, or Isla
yeah, my
Dawn. We
bad.
will
Yeah,
talk
we
more.
talked about it. Yeah,
We will talk more about those because we're running close on time. Real quickly, Priest versus Drew was really good. Priest retain. I like the CM Punk, the CM Punk uh, angle they did there with
referee.
the referee. I like that. That was funny. That's very Punk like. You know, just like we said, playing recordings would be right up his alley. Sets up Drew
Did
versus
you see the
Punk at
camera
the
angle?
next show. Huh?
Did you see the camera angle where you
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know who it was?
yeah.
Oh,
That was
such great work.
genius, genius.
Yes, yes.
But
Um,
I think
but
I don't
Drew
think it
quit.
took away from this match either.
Remember Drew quit? Nah, he didn't quit. We know he. But it was a great match. It was a great match, and even though Damian had a legit mess up that could have tore his knee up, like I was like, ooh,
Apparently he's okay. It might just be a minor
he is.
sprain or something. But
Yeah,
yeah, it could have been bad.
yeah. And you seen, and that's what I loved about it too, is you seen Drew try to catch him. Like he didn't care about, oh, I'm not about me wrestling, just like with Logan Paul, why I like Logan Paul when he
Yep.
saved Rey Mysterio. It's no longer
Oh yeah.
about me and you facing each other. It's about I'm protecting you right quick. Then we'll go back to me
Exactly.
beating you up. But it was a good match. I liked it. It actually it might have been my favorite match of the night, to be honest with you, because nobody
Yeah.
interfered. And in my head, I'm
Well,
thinking
yeah.
there's well, with the exception of CM Punk, but let's be honest. In my head, I'm thinking there's no way they don't let him walk out of Scotland without having the title. Even though I picked Damien to win, and lo and behold, CM Punk made sure that I was right.
Oh yeah. And real quickly, we got about 4 minutes left, I believe.
Okay.
That's what my producer is telling me. We said, you know, the X factors that you mentioned, the ones that I hit on as well. Punk, he was a big X factor in this, a big X factor behind me here. We didn't see the Wyatt group, but we will touch on that in a second. And no Gunther, but I think he is going to make himself known in the next week or so, or maybe he's the Money in the Bank winner. That's very possible because I think he's going to be in it. So there's always that chance. I mean, he just won King of the Ring though, so I don't know if you have him win so many things all at once. But let's hit on that real quick. Or yeah, overall, we think that was a great pay per view. End of Raw. We finally get to see the Wyatt. I thought it was the Wyatt Six. They are spelling that SICKS, which is fine because then you can have multiple members. But we all still think there's a mystery member. Overall thoughts about the Wyatt group.
Loved it. I like how they had Chad Gable there busted open. Um, Braun Strowman said that he was asked if he was one of the ones beaten up, and he said no, that he had already left Raw when it had. I'm thinking that's going to be one of the guys to join.
I still don't think so.
You don't think you think Braun?
I think it's another girl, but I'm not sold on who it could be
Well,
yet.
I'm thinking there'll be a girl and a guy. I mean, like I said, once again, that's why they did the SICKS instead of the
Oh
SIX.
yeah, it can be as many as it wants.
I'm loving. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that they don't drop the ball on this.
I don't think so.
Man, man. And this is going to make Bo Dallas a star.
It really is something they should have done 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and
I
they
loved his
just
Bo leave. I loved his man. That was my junk. Yeah, the whole Bo
run
leave.
around all the time. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I definitely think we're going to see more from there. Like I said, we're going to see more from Gunther. The next, I think Money in the Bank is next, about 3 weeks away. I think 3 or 4. We'll have to see when that is. I don't have the calendar in front of me where I'm at,
And I
but
don't either.
um, other than that, got about a minute and a half left. Any kind of final words?
It's been fun again. I hate that I missed last week, but I was able to throw my voice in there. This is always fun. I look forward to us doing this again in about 2 or 3 weeks, right before Money in the Bank. Making it, I'll try to watch a little more, so I have a little bit more to throw in. But I'm leaving tomorrow on my vacation, going down to celebrate 20 years of marriage.
Hey,
So
congratulations.
thank you, sir, and follow me. Whenever I decide to get back on after I get back, Daniel Snyder 8361 on YouTube. Um, yeah. Other than that, and hey guys, watch us here, people. Let
Yeah.
your friends know about us.
Subscribe to your channel, subscribe to this channel. I think it's under us.
Yeah,
I don't, it
subscribe.
changes every time I look at YouTube. So wherever the subscribe button is, because I tell people that's what keeps it free. That's what keeps it to where we don't have to sell a bunch of ads of products we don't use and things you don't want to buy. The more you guys interact with our YouTube, with both of our YouTubes, it keeps it where we can keep giving you free, awesome content. We don't go to those other sites that you have to pay for premium content. All of our stuff's free. You just got to keep clicking on, subscribe and like and things.
Yeah, we're likable guys.
Mostly, I mean, we try. But he's my tag team partner, Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We still taking on all comers, but until next time, this has been Fabulous Wrestling Talk WWE Clash at the Castle. Deuces, gooses.
Peace, guys.